This is Module 7.8, Electrolyser Monthly Checks. Monthly preventative maintenance is done at the end of each month. This module shows what each test involves. When you're actually doing these tests, you'll be working manual in hand, so there's no need to memorize anything. Before going to the balloon shed, arm the staff alarm by hitting the H key a number of times until you've set it for the time you'll need. Each press of the H key adds 15 minutes to the timer. Do your visual checks on the control panel and gas alarm to ensure everything's in order. The pressure tests are primarily looking for leaks in the electrolyzer. The cell pressure test confirms no leaks between the cells and the water seal. With the electrolyzer running, ensure the compressor is off, then turn the rectifier off. Wait 15 seconds for pressures to stabilize, then note the cell pressure at the inlet manometer. Wait 5 minutes, then again read the cell pressure at the manometer. The pressure should not decrease by more than 1 inch during the 5-minute period. If cell pressure does decrease during the interval, bubble check all fittings on the cells and between the cell and the water seal. The gas holder pressure test confirms no leaks between the water seal and the compressor. With the electrolyzer in production, let the gas holder bell rise to within an inch of tripping the upper limit switch. Turn off the rectifier. Mark the position of the gas holder with respect to one of the vertical pipes or the electrolyzer frame. If the gas holder drops in height over a 5-minute period, it indicates a leak between the water seal and the compressor. Bubble check the hose connections, the vent valves, the fittings in the line between the water seal, the compressor, and the gas holder. The high pressure test confirms there are no leaks between the compressor and the storage tank. With the electrolyzer in production, close the valve between the pressure gauge and the storage tank. Start the compressor and allow the pressure to increase until the high pressure switch shuts off the compressor. Note the reading on the pressure gauge. If the gauge reading declines within 5 minutes, it indicates a leak in the high pressure line. Bubble check the lines and fittings from the compressor to the storage tank. The low pressure test checks the operation of the low pressure switch. With the rectifier in production and the gas holder bell riding high, open the gas holder vent to start venting the gas. Prevent the bell from dropping by using a lever under the lifting strap or under the cable arm. As the pressure inside the bell drops, the low pressure switch should activate, causing the power to the electrolyzer to shut off and the alarm siren to ring. Close the gas holder vent. To reset the low pressure switch, open the rectifier cubicle and press the low pressure reset button. In the office, press the enable button on the control unit to restore power to the electrolyzer. Electrolyzer checks consists of checking and cleaning the rectifier air filter. To check the rectifier filter, turn off the rectifier and open the door to the cubicle. Remove the air filter and hold it up to the light and ensure it allows light through. If not, the filter should be cleaned. Replace the filter, ensuring the arrow on the label is pointing left to right in the direction of airflow. Close the cubicle door. The monthly gas alarm tests are the gas alarm calibration. The gas alarm calibration checks the accuracy of the gas detector. The calibration gas cylinder contains air with a specific concentration of hydrogen, usually around 52% of the lower explosive limit. Note that since it's less than 100% LEL, the calibration gas is not flammable. The test regulator is screwed onto the calibration cylinder. Open the cylinder valve and listen to confirm that there is pressure in the cylinder. The test cap is slid over the gas detector on the ceiling. A second person in the operations building will monitor the response of the detector to the calibration gas. When the second person is ready, the regulator is turned on and gas flows to the detector. In the operations building, the second person observes the needle indicator on the gas alarm panel as it responds to the calibration gas. Confirm the warn indicator comes on as the needle passes 20%. Confirm the alarm indicator comes on as the needle passes 40%. Note the reading at which the needle stabilizes. The needle on the gas detector should normally read 52% plus or minus 3%. If the detector reading is more than 3% from the cylinder value, advise the OIC. When the test is complete, the person in the office goes to the back door and signals the person in the balloon shed that they can turn off the calibration gas. Stop the calibration gas flow and remove the sample cup. The second person in the office should observe the needle moving back down the scale. When the needle indicates below 20%, reset the gas detector and reset the power to the electrolyzer. Observe the needle goes all the way to 0%. The safety equipment checks is primarily grounding and bonding. To control static electricity, it's important that all conductive surfaces be properly grounded. There are 3 grounding and bonding circuits to check. In the electrolyzer room and extending to the overhead doors, the inflation stand, and the breaker panel for the building power as a whole. You should visually examine each connection point to ensure the connection is still good and there are no broken wires or damaged connectors. In the electrolyzer room, start at the front door and work your way around the room and into the inflation room. First, check that the ground wire is properly attached to the door handle. Then check the connection to the door frame. Follow the ground wire down near the floor until junction A, which is under the window. Now follow the ground wire running up and over to the top of the electrolyzer cubicle. Then follow the ground wire going up to the top of the storage tank. Then follow the ground wire running around the room to the green desk. From the green desk, follow the wire as it goes to the vise and to the garbage can. Follow the ground wire from the green desk through the wall and to the sheet metal which lays underneath the gas cylinders. Finally, follow the ground wire running to each of the frames on the overhead doors. The second ground circuit runs to the inflation table. The ground cable from the filler stand should run out to the overhead door and out the room. At the other end of the ground cable is the filler stand. On the filler stand is the ground plug secure, and is the connection of the green wire secure? Is the green wire secure at the nozzle? Finally, go outside and visually check the ground rods for the electrolyzer room and filler stand circuit, and also check the ground rod for the building power panel. Fill out the log sheet for the monthly checks. Return to the operations building and check into the staff alarm. This concludes the introduction to electrolyzer monthly checks.